Welcome back to the Super Mario Maker 2 story mode. I'm Brickroad, and we've got lots and lots of jobs to do. We gotta get $1,000 before we can buy something else from Toadette here. We still have 5 pages of jobs to go through. So, let's just get to work. You know what I'm gonna do first, actually, is whatever this is, because this isn't worth money, this is just worth a shirt. So I want it off my job board. If it's not going to get me money, I want it off my job board. I think that sounds reasonable. Does that sound reasonable to everybody else? It's going to teach me how to destroy these. And build blocks. And I think I mentioned that I'm not super enthusiastic about the block building in this game, but, I mean, it is a mechanic. I guess I'll get used to it. I've just played people's block building levels. Hi. How you doing? You know what we need to do then is... I guess we were supposed to make a block there to block that swamp. And also that one. That one that I didn't see. I thought I was being sneaky getting up through there without doing the thing that the level wanted me to do. I could just take a star from Luigi, I guess, against those thwomps. No, one more. There we go. As with all Mario Maker mechanics, though, I mean, we're gonna see a lot of people use it wrong, and then a few people are gonna use it in a very creative way. It's just I've already played a lot of user levels where they just ooh, that was quick. I probably need to make one and block the first guy off and then make another one and block the second guy off. I shouldn't try to be sneaky. Let's just meet the level on its own terms and do the thing. Yeah, I got you, Luigi. You know what? Maybe I could just take a star and kill... Oh, I don't know if you can kill 3D World Thwomps with stars, honestly. Am I willing to try it? Is the question. I'm willing to get these coins over and over, that's for sure. I don't mind that at all. Let's take a star. No problem. You guys. Alright. There's just already a ton of levels that are like, oh, it's a block level. You just gotta, like right here. Everybody makes this level over and over again, and I just don't think it's super clever where, you just drop the crates. That's kind of it, really. What do they want me to do here? They want me to throw the crate. Throw the crate. Oh, okay, that guy's head is protected by rock. We're not going to get over and through this guy's head. We're not going to be able to attack him in any way. And we're not going to attack them either! I was not expecting him to survive that. So what, throw a crate at them, I guess? Is what we'll do? Is that what they want here? Looks like it can't actually damage monsters, though. That's fine. Infinite hammers, why not? I think the hammer is only available in the Mario 3D World setup, unfortunately. I kind of wish they had added some form of hammer to all of the different settings. Alas. I mean, how does that help me, though? He's still gonna push me off, right? So how do I... He's gonna climb up over it. If I block him entirely... Aha! That's helpful. And then they're gone. Those guys are out of here. Oh, only 5 coins on that flag. Very well. So, as I am wont to do... Oh, I got a Princess Peach dress. Isn't that alarming? As I am wont to do in these longer videos, I'm going to go ahead and ramble about other stuff. Wait, she's got another shirt for me here. You know what? I gotta start getting money. I gotta start earning money again. I appreciate that Peach is gonna keep having shirt jobs for me, but I need to get back to lucrative economic progress. What we need to do here? We need to do actually engaging economic activity. Get the cash flow working again. We have to gather all 50 coins, eh? Ew. Ew. Nintendo made this level? This wasn't a Garbo level made by XX Sephiroth X? I mean, that's surprising. This is definitely a kind of noob sauce level. That's 50 though, we're out of here. Nope, Mr. Gambo, get... My dear lady wife, Peanut, and I began watching a popular television series that I want to talk about a little bit, because it's something that I think American media gets wrong a lot, and that is we ignore a type of format that I think can be really useful in telling stories, and I think a lot of these streaming platforms, which is what we watch exclusively now. We don't even have a cable service anymore. We can't tune into channel anything. We've only got our streaming services now, plus like YouTube and Twitch. Dark level. Okay. So we were watching Stranger Things. This is a very popular show. I'm sure you've heard of it at least. Perhaps you've watched it. And this is a show that I'm not going to spoil it, so don't worry about that. It's just it's in its 3rd season now, and I really kind of feel like this show is getting long in the tooth. I'm not enjoying the 3rd season as much as I enjoyed the first 2. And I didn't enjoy the 2nd season as much as I enjoyed the first one. Oh. The darkness does lift, at least for a moment. But I think this is a show, it's in its 3rd season now, and I really think this show would benefit from having been a mini-series rather than just a standard television series with seasons. Because the first season of the show, and I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't watched it, but the first season of the show is pretty much perfectly self-contained. It tells a very interesting story in a very interesting way. It's the story that the writers clearly wanted to tell. And it has a perfect cliffhanger ending. If I still had a shell, I could have got that $50. Eh, well. It does have a perfect kind of cliffhanger ending that led into the 2nd season. Like, the ending of the 1st season became the story of the 2nd season, but would have been just a great stinger ending in general. And then the 2nd season came on, and it was good. Like I said, I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. And the reason I didn't is because the type of show that Stranger Things is, when they're talking about supernatural mysteries and stuff, oh, get over it. Is this going to be a getting over it level? I've been seeing a lot of getting over it levels be made in Mario Maker lately. Levels themed after the game Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, where there's no dangers or anything. It's just you got to kind of parkour this climb. This whole big area. And make really, really tricksy, pixel-perfect jumps. I thought I should maybe make a level called Getting Under It, which is just the Getting Over It style level, except in the underground night theme, so everything is upside down. I probably won't do that, though. That sounds actually really obnoxious. I mistimed that jump amazingly. But anyway, Stranger Things is what I'm talking about. Is the type of show it is. It deals with supernatural mysteries. And you can't really go into a second season on this show without starting to explain some of the mysteries. Like, you've got to just... You have to have answers to things that happen so the plot can continue to evolve. With a mini-series, which is essentially what Season 1 was, because nobody knew if it was going to get a second season. It might have just ended there. So it's pretty smart of them to end the series in a way... End the season, rather, in a way... Ooh, I could have got that 30 spot, too. Oh, well. Where, okay, if we get a second season, we can continue the same story with these same characters, but if we don't get a second season, I need to be on the other side, don't I? I needed to cross this over. How would I do that, though? Oh, I guess just like that. I didn't want to cross over, I just wanted to ride that down. But yeah, the second season started to answer some questions from the show. And I didn't want any questions answered, really. Like, this first season was very satisfying. It told a self-contained story. It left some mysteries, but the mysteries weren't... They weren't narrative mysteries. They weren't, hey, we need to know how this thing works. Otherwise, the plot of this season doesn't make sense. They were mysteries and, like, there are rules left in this big, scary world that we don't understand. And so the second season came out, and it answered a bunch of those questions, because you have to, in order to advance the plot of a show like this. You have to answer some of the questions. And they were satisfying answers for the most part. I like where the second season went. I like where it... how it continued the story with these same characters, with it I enjoyed mightily. And then, but because it's still tentatively a show about supernatural mysteries, they had to introduce new mysteries, new questions that weren't answered yet. So, okay, we still have unanswered questions going into Season 3, and this is where I think the fatigue is... Can't wall jump in Mario 3. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Because going into Season 3, Season 2 then answered some of the questions that were lingering, and then Season 3 has to start... And we're in a holding pattern now. Just every season of the show is going to follow this same structure of, okay, let's wrap up some of the mysteries that you had, answer some of the questions that you were asking, and leave enough open for the next season, which is then in turn going to add another layer of mystery. This kind of storytelling is very, very common nowadays. I'm a big fan of the show Lost from about a decade ago. If you remember Lost, kind of did that, it had the same structure. Every season of Lost had some new level of mystery. We answered an important question from the previous season, and then the fallout of answering that question leads into, I let that mole get the best of me because I was watching his big brother over here. Okay, no leaf for me. Here we go. But what I've noticed in Stranger Things, and we haven't watched the whole season yet, and maybe it gets better, I don't know, but having watched we're 3 episodes in now, and having watched those 3 episodes, it feels like the writers are having difficulty writing their story without making all the characters into idiots. I think if you look it up on TV tropes, it's called the idiot ball trope. It's a plot that only works if you assume that all of the characters involved are just dumb. That's the only way the plot works. And I say that because... Did they just build manual snake blocks for this level? Like, we don't have... I guess they're moving diagonally. The regular snake block that they added can't move diagonally. I'm just going to give a quick example of what I mean in Stranger Things 3. And maybe if you've seen the show already, maybe you'll understand what I mean. And if you haven't seen it, it's not going to spoil anything. But the first 2 seasons, you have this group of characters, and they deal with supernatural stuff. That's not a spoiler, that's the title of the show. They're dealing with Stranger Things. And all of these characters have dealt with these supernatural things in the world, and kind of bonded over it. And the bonds that they make and what they've done... I knew that there was going to be something else here. Because the Mario 3 level, it's like going to the top of the flagpole doesn't matter. Why are they sending me up to the top of the screen? It's because of that 10 spot, buddy. And we missed it. Let's go see what Toadette can build us. Okay, so you got all these characters, and like, okay, we dealt with supernatural stuff the past 2 seasons. Yes, please. Okay. What are you building me? Because we're just adding to the scene over here. Let's get some more coins. Season 3, it's starting off... Oh, I don't want to do a Koopa Troopa car level. Okay, let's do it. Don't have a choice. It's the next level on the list. We gotta do it. All the characters have kind of splintered off into different storylines, and they're all encountering new supernatural stuff that wasn't present in the first 2 seasons, or at least facets of supernatural stuff that... Nailed it! There it is, right there. That's... And I'm like, watching this, 3 episodes we've watched, and at no point does anybody say, hey, wait a minute, we've all of us, like, I don't know, 10 or 12 characters or whatever, dealt with these supernatural stuff already? This seems like the same kind of thing. Maybe we should get everybody around the table and all discuss the stuff that's happening to us. Like, at no point does anybody say that. Like, right now, ow, ow, we can crash 3 times before our car is over. At no point does anybody say this. We're all dealing with this dangerous supernatural stuff. Nobody wants to just communicate with everybody else that's been through the same supernatural stuff. That would be the first thing that I want to do. I missed that jump before. I've missed that jump twice now. And oh, my timer is... Looks like the timer's pretty tight on this level too. Let's not miss the jump again. I always feel like the car is going faster than it actually is. Hopefully this is maybe it, kind of. I've played so many bad Koopa car levels now, too, in general. But that's what I mean, idiot ball plot. The plot only makes sense if you assume that... Ooh, bully. Only makes sense if you assume... Ooh, another bigger bully. It only makes sense if you assume that everybody's dumb. And... I don't know, that kind of plot takes me right out of it. There's a scene in the new season where a person is sitting inside of like a treehouse, and it's raining really hard, and he's sitting in there, and he's upset, and he's got pictures on the walls of his treehouse, and he's like got comic books laying around, and they're all getting destroyed by the rain. And the... Oh, I don't need to talk to her again. I need to make 1,000 coins first. Like, the implication of this scene is, like, the things that are being destroyed by the rain are important to him. And he's sad because the destruction of these things represents what he's going through in life. Buzzy the movie, the book, the ride. I'm down. Let's do Buzzy the movie, the book, the ride. Might be better if it was Buzzy the miniseries, the book, the ride. Or like the book, the movie. You wouldn't make a movie of... I guess you can make a movie of a book if you want. Ah. Oh. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no! That 10 spot. I don't know, I'm trying to dodge those Buzzies. They can just bounce off my head, thank you. But I'm thinking, like, okay, this is a sad scene and all, but you're in a treehouse, man. And about a year has passed since the previous... That was enough coins, but... About a year has passed since the previous season. And I'm thinking... So you decorated your treehouse with, like, posters, and you keep important books and comic books and, like, pictures in here that's getting destroyed by... It hasn't rained all year. This is the first time it's rained since you built this little treehouse. And it took me out of the scene so badly. And it's supposed to be, like, this emotional scene, but it just wasn't. And I'm thinking, this guy's an idiot, having built this treehouse and putting all this important stuff in here that is destroyed by the water... Like, it's going to rain, man. Not like Rain Man, the movie, the book, the game, the ride. I mean, like, it's gonna rain at some point, and rain is gonna destroy these things that you ostensibly love. What did you think was gonna happen? I'm dead. That's what happens if you go for that 50 spot and miss. I'm still gonna go for it, unless I get there on my very last life, which can't happen because I'm getting a 1-up every single... Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm good, Loogie. Oh, you know what? No, we can... Lukey can help us. He can help us by bringing us a mushroom. So now we got Mushroom. So if that happens again, we can just damage boost to the ending. And I understand what happened in this scene. Like, I get it. The writers want to make this visual metaphor of, like, these things being destroyed by the water. And the actual storm, I believe, is going to become important to the plot. Like, I get what they were going for. They wanted to make this emotional scene. They wanted to use the storm as, like, a visual shorthand for sadness. I understand it. You know, it's a metaphor. Whatever they're doing, it's fine. Bravo. But nobody on this writing staff stopped to think. But... oh, I didn't even need my mushroom. Nobody stopped to think, well, wait a minute. This, this doesn't work, because this treehouse, it would have been rained on at some point in the past year, and all this stuff inside the treehouse would have been destroyed already. Even if, you know, no matter what's happening, like, rain just happens. It just happens naturally. And lots of stuff in the show is like that right now. It's like... it feels like the writers are using some of this as narrative shorthand, this idiot ball stuff, to get the main plot of the season going. I hope that's what they're doing. Maybe in next week's Mario Maker video, I'll be able to happily report that we're back on track and the show is fine. But, a lot of coin levels right in a row here. We're seeing a lot of them. But I don't know, the idiot ball plots, just they bug me. They take me out of fiction. Almost nothing takes me out of fiction faster than an idiot ball plot. A lot of modern horror movies are like this. So many modern horror movies can just be completely nullified just by saying, hey, pick up your cell phone. Call anybody. Anybody at all. We can fix whatever this problem is. A lot of modern horror movies do this. I mean, this is a classic horror movie trope where the characters split up for no reason. They don't split up for no reason. They split up because if the characters were all together, they wouldn't be able to make the plot work. The plot only works if the characters are all split up. That's why they do it that way. I enjoy going through Blooperville there. Are we going down here now? I guess. But yeah, that's just a writer saying, hey, we need the characters to split up for this scene so we can have something scary happen to this woman while she's alone. Like, she needs to be alone for this scene, so they need to split up. When in reality, if any of us were in that situation, under no circumstances would we split up. Clearly. That's what I mean by, like, an idiot ball plot. And it bothers me. It takes me out of fiction. Like, nothing takes me out of fiction faster. The common thing that people say is, like, oh, it's just fun fiction or whatever. Just, you're supposed to turn your brain off and enjoy it. I don't enjoy turning my brain off ever. Like, even when I'm playing a nice, relaxing, kind of slow-paced water level in Super Mario Bros. I didn't have to work very hard for that flag at all. I don't like turning my brain off. I like to think about fiction. Fiction that rewards me for thinking about it becomes better and better and better the more of it that I'm exposed to. I'm more likely to enjoy your story if I can think about it and it makes logical and coherent sense. I was admonished in my Discord channel by one of my regulars. Very famously now, Game of Thrones has now ended on HBO, and it ended very, very badly. Everybody's upset. The actors on the show didn't like the way it ended. Most of the fans didn't like the way it ended. Surely nobody who has read the books liked the way it ended. I'm not sure if George R. R. Martin himself has commented on the ending of it. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, I had somebody drag out that old chestnut, like, oh, that was your fault for getting invested in Game of Thrones, like, you deserved what you got. I don't believe that. I don't believe that getting invested in fiction is something that is bad. I don't believe that we should not get invested. Certainly getting burned the way that I got burned with Game of Thrones, and so many people got burned with, I think I mentioned Lost earlier. I'm one of the few people who really liked the way Lost ended. I think it was a great ending to the show, but a lot of people disagree. And those people felt burned. And that's the reputation the show is going to have forever. I knew those guys were coming out. And yet, As much as I really enjoyed the ending of that show's going to always have a reputation for being, they were dead the whole time. So, I think, first of all, they weren't dead the whole time. If you watched Lost and you got to the end and that's how you think the show ended, you didn't pay attention to the show at all. I'll just say that. You very clearly did not. What's coming out of this pipe today? A Bizom. Go ahead and blow me up, boys. We have bomb excavation in an actual Nintendo-made level today. Oh, that's it. That's all the excavation I need to do. We're good now. But my feelings on it notwithstanding, it's always going to be the show that has that reputation of, and then they were all dead at the end and the whole show was pointless. I tried not to do this. We actually have to kill all of these nerds, don't we? In order to safely get to the pipe. They're all dead now, so that's fine. And Game of Thrones, even though that show does have people that did enjoy the way it ended and are fine and are defending it, poorly in my estimation, but then I'm biased because, what am I doing here? Here we go. But Game of Thrones is always forever going to have the reputation of the show that dropped the ball in the last 6 episodes. In fact, I just read, I don't know if this is true, I just read it on the internet, so if it's not true, don't run off somewhere and say Brick told you so. But I hear that the Game of Thrones writers, like some of the writing staff were at Comic-Con recently and gave a talk where they, quote-unquote, ran out of time and were not able to have a Q&A session. Like, oh, isn't that convenient that you were not able to address questions from your fan base that you let down so poorly? Alright, let's get 1,000 more coins for Toadette. I spend a lot of my life consuming fiction, and so I think about these things a lot, and that comes out a lot in these long videos, I know, but I figure if you're here watching somebody play the video games on the YubbaTubes, you probably enjoy pop culture and media like I do anyway. I also read books, believe it or not. Although the book I'm reading right now is a book that I'm reading because I started watching the TV show. It's also a book that I don't want to discuss in detail on my ostensibly PG-ish rated YouTube channel, but I got really, really engrossed in the show The Handmaid's Tale, and so I am now reading the book. And it's the same thing. I'm becoming engrossed in this world that the author has created. And the more I think about... The Handmaid's Tale specifically is terrifying, if you think about it. The kind of world that it... Woo! Hey, thanks for the 1-up. That's a very creative way to give me a 1-up. I really appreciated that. If you stop and think about the world of The Handmaid's Tale, it's terrifying. Again, I'm not going to go into details. It's not an appropriate thing to discuss for my channel, but I like adult media too. It's not all cartoons and video games. If I were 15 years old now, and I knew what I knew at 15, instead of picking the name Brickroad, I might have picked the name Video Games. Because that's just a lot funnier to me. Anyway, The Handmaid's Tale, the more I'm engrossed in this world, and I love the fictional world that they built, and the more I think about it, the more rewarding it is. Because even though it's terrifying, and even though I plummeted to my death, I got the 30 spot, so hey, I still win. Even though the world is terrifying, and it's just... I guess the term people like for it these days is despair porn. Even though it's extraordinarily bleak, and it gets very violent, and it's very heavy, I don't know. Part of my brain was saying, hey man, jump on the cannonball, and the other part of my brain was saying, hey man, cannonball, danger, watch out. Lugi's gonna yell at me. Oh yeah. Yeah, there he is. No, I got this, Lugi, don't worry about it. You can't protect me from bottomless pits. Actually, he can. Come to think of it. In this level set, he totally can. And that's really what I look for in fiction is, okay, am I going to be rewarded for thinking about this? If I expend energy getting into this world, am I going to be rewarded or am I going to regret doing it? There's another, I don't know if I want to say it's similar to The Handmaid's Tale, but it's an excellent book that I would recommend. And they made it into a movie, and I remember seeing the movie. It had Zhang Ziyi, but I don't remember if the movie was good or not. It's been a lot of years. But the book is Memoirs of a Geisha, and I loved this book. This book paints this incredibly vivid picture of a time period in the world, in a place in the world that I don't really know a lot about, and it does it in such a way that I was completely engrossed. And the more that I thought about this world, the more that I learned about it. It's technically like a historical fiction, I guess, Memoirs of a Geisha, because it's. I don't think it's based on a true story, but it's based on a story that could have happened in post-World War II Japan. But I remember getting a lot of these same nutrients, just having this very, like, ostensibly beautiful and carefully. Ew, what are we doing here? We're spin jumping slowly is what we're doing. We're spin jumping into the side of this man. It's good. We got it. We got it. Yeah, it builds a picture of this very beautiful, but also like very delicate and very dangerous world that has to be navigated in a very particular way by the characters because everything is dangerous. And one misstep could ruin your whole life, essentially, in both of these stories, in both Geisha and in The Handmaid's Tale. I like stories like that, because stories like that, when you're writing them, you have to think about them while you're writing them. You can't just plop down, hey, there are monsters, there's characters, and then the characters fight the monsters. Because if you don't think about them, then the characters in the world aren't thinking either. They have the idiot ball. And when you are writing a plot where the characters have to very carefully navigate what they're doing in every scene, because that's part of the world you've made, I think I appreciate it more because of the thoughtfulness that goes into it. You can't write an idiot ball plot in a world's like Memoirs of a Geisha. It doesn't work. You can write an idiot ball plot in a world like Game of Thrones. George R. R. Martin has chosen not to for the most part, and then the HBO writers chose to do that at the very end. But I wonder sometimes about the legacy of these shows. Like, what is the legacy of Stranger Things going to be? I remember after Season 1, this was the hot property. Stranger Things was everywhere. I think Peanut actually has a t-shirt with the psychic girl from Stranger Things on it in her pink dress. And at that time, the show was really well thought of. It was like this, bam, it was this flash in the pan. It was this strike of lightning. Nobody knew it was coming. Nobody knew what it was, and it dropped, and we all loved it. But that was years ago. Now we're into Season 3 of Stranger Things. A big part of one of the episodes we watched tonight, we've only watched, again, the first 3 episodes of the season. Maybe next Mario Maker video I'll come, hey guys, I watched 3 more episodes, and it turns out the show's actually pretty rad. And I should have had more faith. We'll see. But like, a big part of the episode was flashbacks to previous episodes. Like, not, I don't know, a big part. A significant part, I'll say. Like, more than a minute was flashbacks to previous episodes, previous seasons. And that's not something you have to really do in a short-form fiction, like a miniseries. If Stranger Things had just been a miniseries, then it wouldn't matter if we remembered literally every little thing that happened. Ooh, I don't want to. Ooh, let's get under this ceiling here, so if we get pushed up, we're not gonna lose ourselves. Also, I guess I have to bring him over to get this. Is that worth 30 coins? You know what? I don't think so. I think we're going down. This level reminds me of a level in Super Mario Bros. 2, actually. One of the desert levels, except instead of donut blocks that drop you down when you stand on them, they are dirt blocks you have to pick up and throw. So yeah, if Stranger Things was a miniseries, I would think that its legacy would not even be in question, honestly. It would just be... Ooh, no, 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 no! Oh, look what I did. Look where I am now. Can I get over here? He's going to push me up. Nope, no, he's not. He's going to push me up. There we go. Up. Oh, jump right through him. Nice. Yeah, I'm wondering, because I'm not the only person that feels this way about season 3. My parents have already watched it completely. It was my brother's birthday last week. We took her out to a nice dinner, and she asked, "Hey guys, have you seen this?" Because she likes to talk to us about the shows she's watching, and she knows that we liked the show. We just told her that, hey, we haven't watched it yet, so don't spoil it. She's, I'm not going to spoil it, but we were a little disappointed. And I'm seeing other people say the same kind of thing, like, hey, the show's getting a little long in the tooth. People are starting to compare it to Lost. Like, there's just more and more mysteries that are piling up. Where is this show going? And I wonder if that's going to end up being the show's legacy when all is said and done. You had this excellent everybody loves it moment at the end of the first season, and if that's all the story that you had, if it was just going to be those, what was it, 10 or 12 episodes or whatever it was, and then you drop it and you're done and you move on to the next thing, you kind of leave on a high note. But American media being what it is, I mean, I'm up here now. I can't do anything up here. It's kind of strange that Nintendo left that little cliff just dangling there. Can I have a key, please? There's a key. Thank you. I'm not sure how important it is that these shows leave behind a good legacy. I don't really know. I think it's important to me as a consumer because let's take Lost as a great example. This is a show that I loved pretty much start to finish. It has some pretty long drags in like the back half of season 2 and like most of season 3. And this was right at the time of the I don't want to be in the water here. Excellent. Most people who make forest levels, I've noticed, put their platforms way too high, so if you fall into the water, you can't get back onto a platform easily. I don't know why people do that, but I've been in a lot of forest levels where I've fallen into the water and have not been able to get back onto a platform at all. But Lost had pretty good writing. Not excellent, not all the time at least. It was excellent part of the time, but not all the time. And it was a network show. It ran for 6 seasons. And they did the first few seasons not knowing how long they were going to have. They could get canceled at any moment, or they could get extended at any moment. They really didn't know. So every season had a cliffhanger ending that resolved the season's main plot, but also left the next season ready to go if they got picked back up. And the network kept buying up, like ordering more shows in a season. Like, okay, you've got to make 13 episodes this season or whatever it was, but we're not going to tell you if the next season is go or not. Well, oh, I see. It's going to build a Mario with all the stuff around it. Okay. Let's get some more coins. So the first 3 seasons, the main plots of these seasons are fine. But they're all filled with a bunch of filler episodes that go nowhere and don't advance anything because they said, here's the plot for this season. We've got 8, maybe 10 episodes worth of plot, but we've got to fill 13 episodes. So there are filler characters, there are filler plot lines, and after the 3rd season, the writers negotiated with the network and said, okay, we want to do 6 seasons total, and we want the contract now. We want it on paper right now that you're going to sign us for 6 seasons, then we're out. This was at around the time of the big writer's strike back in the day. Oh, get me out of here! Oh no, this is a bad place to be. I should have killed those dudes. I should have hit the switch and killed the dudes. I can snipe all their heads from here. So then you have seasons 4, 5, and 6 of the show, which move much faster. There's very, very little filler. Pretty much every episode advances the plot in an important way. And that was by design. They negotiated with the network, they got what they needed. I guess it needs to be an actual full charge in order to trip the switches. I can't just hit with a fireball. Okay. But yeah, it really shows. You can tell the first 3 seasons they were leaving the story open because maybe they wouldn't get to tell the whole story. There's no way to know right now whether the network is going to grab us for another season or not. But seasons 4, 5, and 6 feel like, okay, every episode is serving the overarching plot now, and we know it's going to have an endpoint. We know where it's going, essentially. It has a much different feel to it. These guys I can just kill, and then I can fly on through. But those first 3 seasons, a lot of people had already given up on the show because the show didn't feel like it was going anywhere. I don't want to do that. I was trying to not get fireballed. The show had already had so much of this filler. It had already, a bunch of people had already given up on it because this show is just mystery and mystery and mystery, and obviously it's never going to go anywhere. It's just going to be more layers every season, and we're never going to get answers to these questions. And so by the time they were able to do these negotiations and started making the show they actually wanted to make, the show already had a reputation of this is the show that always has more and more questions and never has any answers. There was a blog back in the day that it was called the Lost Answers blog, where a guy answered all of the quote-unquote unanswered questions in the show Lost, because the show it answers every question that it's set out to ask in a pretty satisfying way. If you're paying attention to the show, if you're invested in the characters and in the world, you'll get the payoff for any question. The plot holes are just in like kind of narrative plot spackle sense, but it's clear the writers knew where they were going once they had a place to go. So this guy wrote this blog, the Lost Answers blog, where people sent him all these smarmy questions about, what about this and this in the show? And then he just explains, that happened because of this. Next question. Like, I enjoyed that blog so much that I kind of aped its style a little bit. I've done a couple of blog posts myself where I do the same thing, but with Metal Gear questions. The Metal Gear Solid series has, which is a video, James, in case you didn't know, has the same kind of reputation for being completely incomprehensible as far as the plot. Obviously, I don't agree that it's incomprehensible, or else I would not have made these blog posts. But I'm such a fan of the Metal Gear series, I played all the games many, many times over. And I have a firm understanding of jumping into spikes. That's very important. In Mario as well as Metal Gear, if you're being honest. But oh, it gives me something to do while I'm waiting for my snake. Good on you, brother. If you really pay attention in Metal Gear, I'm just talking about the games, none of the other ancillary. Like, I know there's Japanese comic books, and there's a bunch of side games, and there's a bunch of all kinds of different sources over the years. But just the games themselves, hey, not funny. If you really pay attention, and you kind of know where to look, and you really, the series does not have that much incomprehensibility to it. I'm of the opinion that the series doesn't have plot holes. The creator of that series, Hideo Kojima, who makes video games for a living, he's got a James coming out at the end of this year that I'm looking forward to quite a lot, starring Norman Reedus as a guy that eats babies, I think. Nobody really knows yet for certain. But playing Metal Gear, he has this almost fastidious obsession with ensuring that every minute detail of his games is explained down to the micron. And he makes absolutely sure that nothing anywhere is left to get mopped up. He is so obsessive about this that he would rather have an insane plot point that doesn't make a lot of logical sense rather than just having a small plot hole that nobody actually cares about. I'm going to give you an example of what I mean. In one of the early Metal Gear ancillary sources, like it was a comic book or it was a Japanese magazine or something, I don't remember where. Maybe it was the instruction manual from Metal Gear 2. It mentions that Big Boss is, oh, I get it, big mushroom coming out the pipe. Big mushroom times. And then we can smash our way down into here. Yeah. It mentions that Big Boss is in part Japanese. He's a Japanese-American person. And that's something that doesn't actually get mentioned in any of the games anywhere. except in a throwaway line in Metal Gear Solid 1. You meet a character named... Ooh, I want to break through this wall, but I want to break through the floor here. Oh, maybe you can't break ice blocks. Oh, I guess you can't. This is getting... Oh, we can just break it by being blown up through it. Nice, okay. You meet a character named Vulcan Raven, and he makes a comment to the hero that blood from the east flows through your veins, is the comment that he makes. In reference to Big Boss being in part Japanese, and your character Solid Snake being Big Boss's son. That Solid Snake has Big Boss's genetic material is very important to the plot of Metal Gear Solid 1. And at this point, they hadn't yet decided to retcon that Big Boss himself is part Japanese. Metal Gear Solid 3 came out, and it was kind of important for that game that Big Boss be American. So they kind of retconned it, which was easy because none of the actual games ever mentioned, hey, Big Boss is part Japanese. He's got Eastern blood. They just mentioned him as being American from that point on. But they had already put in a line referencing that in Metal Gear Solid 1. So, Metal Gear Solid 4 comes out, and they have to explain away this line. It's a discrepancy now. This is an issue. We have to explain this away. Why does Solid Snake have blood from the East if his parents were both Americans? Which they were. That didn't seem fair, that there was a purple bastard in that block. So, you talk to the woman who is Snake's mother, who's also American, and she says, oh, but I'm not your biological mother. I carried you to term in my womb, but it was in vitro fertilization. The actual genetic donor, the egg donor, was, and I swear I'm not making this up, just, they only ever refer to her as a healthy Japanese woman. That's it. That's how they, wow, that's the slowest slide ever. That's how they explain that retcon. So, I just have this picture of Hideo Kojima sitting at his writing desk, and he's saying all this in Japanese, obviously. He's a Japanese man. Picture him thinking like this of this burning thing that bothers him so much that nobody else in the world cares about. He didn't have to explain this. Nobody cares. Like, okay, some obsessive nerd boy on a Reddit forum somewhere maybe cares way too much, but we don't care what that guy thinks. Like, the mainstream, the people who are going to be playing and consuming your stories and your games, they don't care at all. But it still hounded him. Oh, I said this thing. I said that Solid Snake is part Japanese. I have to... I have to answer this somehow. And so yeah, that's what he came up with. He came up with the egg donor was a healthy Japanese woman. It was the lab assistant of the geneticist who was making the Big Boss clones. I love that example. I love that little story from Metal Gear because to me that proves that's a writer who really, really, really is incredibly bothered by plot holes. So when people say that Metal Gear games have plot holes, I have to disagree. Like, yeah, they get very incomprehensible sometimes, but if you're paying attention and you actually know what you're looking for, if you actually engage with the fiction, in other words, I think Metal Gear is very rewarding. He's gonna fall on me. That one-up just pushed him on top of me. I thought he was gonna... He didn't have anywhere to jump. He had a ceiling over him. That's why that happened. That's why that happens to me. Alright. But yeah, the more you think about Metal Gear, the more little details you find. The more... Ooh, I gotta go faster. I gotta go faster! Big old butt man. Wow, nice jump, Mario. The more you think about them, the more you engage with them, the more you put together the timelines and the character connections and everything else, the more rewarding it is. I have yet to be disappointed by Metal Gear from that aspect. A lot of the plot points are really stupid, I'm not gonna lie. But I think there's a difference between saying a plot point is stupid and the plot only makes sense because the writers made all the characters really stupid. One favorite these days, Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, And because on the blogs that I wrote, I actually have a type of question that I don't think works very well when people point out that a plot is stupid and use that as an example of it being a plot hole. The one that people love from Metal Gear Solid 5. There's a character in Metal Gear Solid 5 named Quiet. And... Nope, I want to go up here. Don't I? Maybe I don't. I would have got coins if I'd gone down. Oh well. I already didn't do that? No, this is wrong.
Oh, no.
I wonder if I could have salvaged that if I had done a twirl ground pound interruption. Can you still do that? You used to be able to interrupt a ground pound and kind of stay in the air much longer. Maybe you can't anymore. Maybe they changed the physics a little bit. Quiet has a plot point. She's got a character trait where she has to be naked all the time. And it's pretty obvious that this character was just created so we could have a naked girl in the game the whole time. I'm going to go down this time. Oh, I already didn't go down though. We're going up. We're going up. It's fine. Like, Kojima just had this idea, hey, can we just have this naked girl for the whole game? And nobody told him no. So that's what he did. But in the fiction of the universe, so like everybody says, like, oh, this character is just really stupid. Look how dumb this is that we have to have this naked girl. Like, why is she naked all the time? Well, they actually give an explanation in the game. The explanation they give is really dumb, but it makes sense within the world's fiction. If you're engaged with the world, it's not like it comes out of nowhere. It's not like it doesn't fit with the rest of the story. It's a kind of pseudoscience explanation for she, like, breathes through her skin, so she can't cover her skin up or she suffocates. Obviously, that doesn't truck with real-world physics, but Metal Gear doesn't play by real-world physics. It got a lot of supernatural elements. It's got a lot of magic in it. I got $1,000. I can buy another thing. I can't wait. So when people say, hey, this bothers me, and this makes the Metal Gear story bad, what they're saying is, I don't like this story, and that's fine. But it's not a plot hole. It's something completely different. And it doesn't actively take away from my enjoyment of the story as I'm enjoying the story. Alright, let's go get 1,000 more coins. We have 2 more pages of jobs here. I'm afraid of coming up short on coins now. Sail the skies without jumping. I'm not a big fan of this level gimmick either. I've seen this level gimmick used pretty poorly in a lot of different ways. Also, we're not really sailing anywhere. We're just kind of walking a lot. But we gotta be very careful to make sure that we always touch the ground, that we're never in a situation where we're not touching the ground. Like, we can't run off the edge of this platform. We have to run to the edge of this platform and on to the next platform, like so. I feel like I've seen all the... Okay. I feel like I've seen all the tricks we can do with this gimmick. I feel like I'm not going to be wowed by this anymore. I realize, too, that that's only true until it isn't. Like, a gimmick is only tired and worn out until somebody does something new and unique with it. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm ready for somebody to do something new and unique with it. I'm bored of these levels where you just walk forward and then wait for the thing to take you to the next place where you can walk forward. People are calling these Captain Toad levels because they made a game about Captain Toad. In Super Mario 3D World, there were Captain Toad stages where your guy couldn't jump at all. And you just had to kind of navigate the map and not jump. And I hated these stages, personally. It was just the lowest possible common denominator of puzzle solving. Every single one of these stages was just push the switches in the right order and then you win, and there's only ever one obvious path. But enough people were fascinated by these Captain Toad levels that apparently they made a whole game about it. I don't understand how this concept carries a whole game, but there are some big Captain Toad fans out there. I don't know who you people are. I will never understand why you enjoy this concept so much, but in Mario Maker, I'm ready for somebody to do something interesting with it, and so far, I haven't seen it. Alright, can I have a checkpoint, please? Can I please have a checkpoint? No, I cannot. Oh, I thought we were scrolling downward. We're not. That was just the bobbing of the stage that was happening there. Whew, thrills, chills, and spills. Usually when I see a level gimmick that I'm tired of, it kind of inspires me to want to make a level using that gimmick to see if I can make it fun. For example, I made a level that used the Koopa car in this game. Oh, I missed my one-mans. But I can't think of anything to do with this gimmick either. Alright, we're almost there. Damn it! I saw too late what I had to do. I'm so upset now. Oh, I can just jump down here too. You can safely land on these things. I don't have to ride the POW block. I can just jump down here. You know what? I should have played the whole level to see what's coming up at the end. That's what I should have done. When I botched it the first time, I should have played through the whole level to see what was coming. Herpensy derp. I still am seeing quite a lot of creativity in the Mario Maker levels that I am playing. Obviously, thousands of people out there still have great ideas for what to do in the game. And thousands of people also have great ideas for what not to do in the game. Once we finish up story mode here... Because I don't want to stop making Mario Maker videos, you know what I mean? But once I'm done with the story mode, what I need to start doing is playing other people's levels. I'm not big on the Endless Challenge, I don't think. I'm not super keen on just starting Endless. For one thing, I'm not good enough at the game. Like, if I can't play Endless Super Expert, for sure. And Endless Expert is even kind of beyond me. I think it has more to do with the algorithm, though, because expert levels in Mario Maker 1 were exactly my sweet spot. That's where we found a lot of just the good, challenging, I call them World 8 levels. Like, would this game stand up in a World 8 in a standard Mario Maker, or a standard Mario game? The difficulty of World 8 always feels just about right to me, and Expert in Mario Maker 1 fed those levels to me repeatedly. So I could just jump here, and this does not count as me hitting the ground. Lovely. Although, if I had landed on the 3 pixels of block in front of the flagpole, it would have failed me, but thankfully that did not happen. Expert in this game, though, feels a lot cheaper, by which I mean there are a lot more levels that feel like they belong in Super Expert. And I think the algorithm for what level goes in which difficulty is changed a little between the two games. I don't have any idea how it used to work, but I think it now works differently. It also might just be that there aren't, like, the pools of levels to draw from are not as big in Mario Maker 2 as they were in Mario Maker 1, because Super Expert was not added right away in Mario Maker 1. It was added a little bit after the game launched. So I had already kind of, when we only had Expert, like I already didn't like Expert, then they added Super Expert, I'm like, oh, Expert feels really nice now. But at that point, there were already XYZ number of levels in the pool to be picked for Expert. I wonder if we just have a much smaller pool of levels to pick from, and eventually we will get back to that sweet spot that I like in Expert. And then normal Endless, just, it has quite a lot of just Babby's first level. It has quite a lot of levels that are just, eh. Okay, I get it. Somebody is making Super Mario Bros. 1-1 yet again. I got dropped in the lava. People on my Discord have been making a bunch of levels. We've set aside a channel on my Discord specifically for sharing Mario Maker levels. But what I need to do is start playing viewer levels on my YouTube channel. Maybe when I completely finish the Mario Maker series, I'll put that call to action out. I'll say, hey guys, I want to play your Mario Maker levels. I'll send them to me on YouTube or Twitter, or I don't know how we'll do it, but see if you guys can make me some good levels to keep playing so we can keep these videos going. Otherwise, don't drop me in the lava again. Okay, going up. Nice. Going down. Eventually. Yep, there we go. But I do have to finish the story mode first. And we have to grind coins, honestly. I mean, we've seen the ending of story mode, and I've been very, very pleased with this story mode. I think the amount of content in this story mode has been excellent. Like, I could just have these levels and be pretty happy with my life. Maybe it wouldn't be worth a full $60 game in that scenario, but it was still very pleasant nonetheless. I think I just want to finish up all these levels and then see where the grinding... if we do have to grind at the end. Because we have, what, 2 more pages of levels to go through? Yeah, we got about, I don't know, 10 more? We'll just go ahead and burn these up and see where we are. And if I have to do more grinding, I'll just do a grindy video. I'll just do a coin grinding video. And I will... I don't even know what I'll do for that. Probably talk about... TV shows and books and stuff again. Yikes! I was not expecting that to slow me down so much. Okay, don't go for that. Stay out of the drank. If you go down to the drank, you get slowed way down. I like to start there, though. Oh. This level isn't finished with Yoshi, though, is it? I don't think. Whoa! So what's the benefit of having the Yoshi in the card? Do you get more... do you get bigger fires or something?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's anything you can do for me here, Luigi. I think it's going to be just up to me. Oh, I see. We're going to rapid fire. We don't want to charge. We want to rapid fire. Gotcha. Because Yoshi's spitting fire and my clown car is spitting fire. And everything is wonderful. Nothing is wonderful. I went too high. I thought I was going to have to come in high to get over those manchers. I kind of dig this level, though. I think it could do with a little bit of jank removal, but okay. I don't want to push forward at all. I just want to stay here at the back and fire, I think. We can just ride the back end of the screen. Ride it to victory. Yes. No, no, no! See, that's why I went high last time. See, I went up there to avoid that sad fate. Oh, basement musician, why? You know what? We're going down. We're doing it. I went down and I don't regret it. Let's get back to the edge of the screen here, though. Okay. We can push up and down. It's fine. Let's go to about mid-screen here. Right there. Yeah, that's good. Hammer the button. You Bowsers can't spit fire the way I can, though, so... Oh, I'm so glad the screen stopped scrolling there. I had to charge to get through those blocks. I'm like, oh, I don't have a charge. I'm gonna get pushed off the screen by the blocks and die. But it was the end of the level, so the screen scroll stopped. Feels good, man. Is that 1,000? Not quite. One more level will have another 1,000. Ooh, 300 coins for this. Difficulty 4. A difficulty 4 dry bones shell level. Alright. Mr. Fired Up Announcer. Let's do it. So you can bounce off of Booze. You can bounce off of Saws. You can go in pipes. Oh, I lost my... There's going to be another one in this door, though. Watch. Okay, it's a red coin level. Okay, so I think we're just going to kick the shell off the left, but I think I do have to do that double jump off the right. I wasn't sure if that was the bottom of the screen or not. I'm trying to guess at some point, like, hey, what, like, techniques is Nintendo going to make me use in these story mode levels? And I would not have expected that that's a technique that they want you to use. Am I going to get a checkpoint eventually is the question. So we can kick this. Oh, we can't. It doesn't bounce off walls. I know what we're doing here. I get it. Because you can't ground pound in Mario 1, but I think you can ground pound if you have a dry bone shell. And so you can. So we just climb down. Okay, so this one we're going to jump out, like so. What are we doing here, though? Whoop! Abandoned ship! That's the last coin. I can't jump high enough to get up there, though. I can get Luigi to give me a mushroom and cheese it, but... So you have to jump out of the shell to get up there, but... If we jump out of the shell, we can't get the coin. Alright, you know what? I thought about this long enough. Oh, we haven't died enough to get Luigi's help yet. Okay, so kicking this, they break against the wall. So... I can't just jump out and get it. No, there's no way to jump out and get back. Is there... So what is, in fact... Yeah, I know, Luigi. We might call on your services here in a minute. So what is, in actuality, the secret of the dry bones shell? Is there some way I can use the stomp to get up there? And also, why is there a hole here? Oh, we're coming down the donut blocks, I suppose. Not looking forward to that. Alright, and now we're going to jump out over here. That was... I kind of bounced off the ledge there. The shoe has the same property. You're kind of bounce instead of walk. So, I don't think it matters. I think it's just graphical, I think. But instinctively, I always want to wait till the end of a bounce in order to push jump so I could get some air. But in that case, when I did that, there was nowhere for my bounce to end. Just right off the edge. Should probably be getting this so we don't lose out on all these coins that we're getting. It's not really that many coins. Alright, Luigi. Give me a mushroom.
Let's go.
Thank you, sir. Well... How funny will it be if I use up my mushroom and my flower trying to get that coin? I didn't, but how funny would that have been if I had done that? They're just kind of running you through the gamut, like all the stuff you can do with these shells. You can't climb while you're in one of these dry bones shells. Alright, checkpoint please. Ah, thanks. So what does it want me to do here? It's the same thing as the previous room. But I can't actually get it. Is there a dry bones maneuver? I can bail. I can charge and shoot fireball. It doesn't even say you can ground pound here. Like, it doesn't even give the full list of moves here. I can't even get the air bounce. Like, can I bounce in midair, probably? I don't know. I don't know. I think we're moving on. I'm missing some property of the dry bones shell that allows for certain... allows for certain maneuvers in cases like that, but I don't really know what we're doing. This seems straightforward enough, though. Lovely. This also seems pretty straightforward. Oh. Oh, I see. I'm gonna do this. Do I have to do it twice? Oh, was I not supposed to break that block there? I think I did something wrong, so we're gonna try this room again. I feel like there was a block there that I wasn't supposed to break. I'm supposed to drop this like this. I don't know. I can't just do this, right? No. That's kind of the only two moves that I have here, though. Is I can kick this shell across. Or... I can drop it down. I feel like there is a very important dry bones shell move that I'm missing here. If I kick it across, it breaks. If I bounce it up, it breaks. Now, there's not a block back there. What's happening is it's crashing against that second, or that third muncher over to the right. Yeah, just confirming that. And then when I drop it like this... nothing happens. How am I going to hit that POW? Do I have to kick it like this? Kicking it didn't do anything either. Just straight into the end wall. And I can't crash through this. No. Alright. I am stumped by this puzzle then. I'm sure once I figure out what it is that I'm missing here. Is that it? That's it. That's gotta be it. Watch this. We're gonna go into this door. We're going to wait for my man to fly on over here. That's far enough, sir. Drop the mancher. Now there's a mancher there, and now we can kick that across, and they're all dead. Sweet little puzzle. I enjoyed that. I like being stuck for just about that long in a Mario puzzle. That's about the correct length of time to be stuck in a Mario level. I know there's a 50 spot up there. I didn't think it was worth going for. I saw what we were going to have to do. Those 5 points up there I probably should have went for, though. But hey, 350 points for that level is not bad. My goodness, I put, since we last Mario'd together, you and I put like 40 hours into Baba Is You. That's a phenomenal game. I can't wait to finally... I'm put actions in motion that will hopefully allow me to share Baba Is You on the YouTube channel eventually. 40 hours, and I'm still not done with that game. I think just tonight I completed what they call the finale, but I've still got 3 or 4 worlds I need to go through. It looks like we might be able to finish making a Mario over there with the levels we have left. It's just one page of paying levels, though. Oh, come on, another one of these? I don't want another one of these. Okay. Okay. Hooray. Me and my spring. Me and my spring. Total bros. Bros to the end. Me and my spring? Ooh, no. This, though, will work. Too early. I gotta account for the fact that I'm on a conveyor belts. Yeah, we need to release about a block earlier than that. That was a little too early. I want this 10 spot. I want it, I want it, I want it. Does it have momentum even if I'm not moving? There's not really a good way to find that out. I have to hold the run button here. Because that's the button that holds the trampoline. But it's going to feel good when I finally get this coin. I keep throwing it way too late. So I'm trying to inch onto the platform. Like that. That's what we need. And now we need all these coins. Beautiful. Okay, and that's enough for spring. Alright, we're done here. Well, hopefully we get a check. Oh, you can't have a checkpoint in a level that has a condition. I guess I could go back for that question block, but I'm scared to. Now we have a P-switch. How does this help me? Because of that. Makes sense. What's in the door? And now we got a POW block. I guess that did something good, because it made a ding-dong. I'm happy that it made a ding-dong. Let's go ahead and throw this up here. Oh, I can't. I gotta throw it up into the crane is what I have to do. And then that happens. Yeah, buddy. Gotcha. That wasn't so much a puzzle. That was more like a... That was more like just a puzz. Wasn't quite a complete puzzle. I mean, we're just gonna gamble on this. I got, what, 5 coins out of that endeavor? I would have had to jump to get in the crane there, and I didn't want to take that chance. I didn't want to risk botching my jump and hitting my head on the brick or something and botching the whole level. This video has gone on a little longer than I anticipated, but I feel like I might want to just burn up all these levels. Might as well just get them all done, right?
Let's go.
We'll see. If I can't finish my little Mario statue over there and I have to go back and grind coins, I'll have to come up with some other solution. Alright, Winter and Spring and Winter again, I think is the title of this level. What's going on in my pipe today? Oh, it's just going to switch back and forth between Winter and Spring, isn't it? It sure is. Alright, fair enough. These kind of two-world concept levels, I think they're cute, but they're kind of all the same in a way. They're kind of based on a level from Super Mario Bros. 3, where half of the level is made out of big stuff and half of the level is made out of little stuff. And you can switch back and forth. There's also the same similar level design in Mario 64 with Tiny Huge Island. I need these 4 coins, though. But I do see these levels a lot. I also see them a lot with the gravity mechanic. Like, hey, they make half a level where the gravity's this way, and the other half a level where the gravity's the other way, because they use the underground night theme. Looks like we have to be in Winter to do this. They all kind of just play out like this. You play part of a level and see that you can't go any further, then you go back and go through the pipe to change to the other part of the level where you can continue on. Yeah, see, now there's ice over here we can stand on. And seeing it in Mario Maker 2, it's like, eh. So you're basically just using the story level idea for your level? At least put an interesting twist on it, you know what I mean? Looks like I can almost get up that, but I can't quite get up that, so... Murder all these guys. You two. Go, 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 go! What are you waiting? Oh, I wasn't close enough to that ice arrow to make it fall. So you can't get to Spring from there. Because Spring is the subworld. But you could have reached that in Spring. I'm not sure what good that would have done me. There would have been no flagpole. Alright, man, what's next? Big Bang Boom in Bully Castle. Let's do it. I think it's fine to take one of the story levels and then put an interesting twist on it. Do something that the actual story level didn't do. But yeah, so many of these back and forth levels are just that level made a little less expertly. That didn't work. I thought for sure that was going to work. Hey man, you're breaking my boxes. That's what you deserve. Breaking my boxes like a jabroni. Ooh. Yeah, I could have brought him across and got a 30 spot. That's okay. I am not in the business of helping bullies. Excuse you. See, that was a really cool use of the scroll lock mechanic there, that bully coming in from the side. You know what? We're taking the 30 coins. I don't need a power-up. If I die, Luigi can give me a power-up, and I'll take 30 more coins. So I need to not ground pound here ever. And we got bob-ombs happening that are going to break my floor. Oh, they gave me a power-up anyway. They took pity on my poor soul. Do I need to boil this big bully? Is that the idea here? Don't get knocked in the lava, Mario! In fact, I'm just going to bounce on him. You know what? This is working. It got me up there. So that's what we're doing today. And he got boiled anyway. Sorry about your luck. Sorry, not sorry. You know what I mean? This is actually a cool level. I actually enjoyed this quite a bit. How am I going to get that 50 spot? Luigi's not ready to help yet. No. I don't think I can get that 50 spot with just what I have. I think we had to stack boxes up. Yeah, because you can't throw coins and get... Or throw boxes and pick up a coin with them. I think if we had taken out the bob-ombs or knocked them away and not let them blow up the platform, we might have been able to do something with that. That's right. The twirl is not quite as powerful in 3D World. I thought the momentum of my twirl was going to carry me over, and it did not. Alright, so this puts me over another 1,000. How close are we, Toadette? Where are we at? And what's she doing with all these coins? Looks like we need... Oh, it's done. No, looks like we need one more thing. Let's add up. So 150. This is 600. This is 750. If we pick up 250 coins in the actual levels, we'll be there. Otherwise, we're gonna have to grind up some coins somewhere. I don't know what level has like a quick 50 coin either. We'll have to see. If any of them actually do. We'll make heavy use of Luigi if we have to. Oh, moles, moles, moles. I didn't know I was going to Mole Town today. I just need to keep moving. I need to make sure I don't give them a chance to spawn in and kill me. Oh, I don't like this up here. This little cliff up here. Whew! I thought I was going to land on the pipe if I held right, and I did not. Can I get a power-up? Thank you. We'll go under here. Don't need Yoshi today. I wonder if I could have up and over there with Yoshi and got more coins. But already didn't do that. There's the big mole. We're sending him to big mole hell. Whoa! Okay, that was a bad jump on my part, I admit. And I'm going to take the 2 coins. So, okay, we picked up 69 coins in that level. We need 250 total. I feel like I'm on Family Feud aiming for 250. My wife loves Family Feud. I don't like it. I'm not big on game shows in general. There were a couple of game shows I liked back in the day, but I don't know. Does Survivor count as a game show? Because I watched quite a lot of Survivor over the years. What was it on Family Feud? At the end, they do like the lightning round where you have to answer like a bunch of questions like rapid fire, and then when someone else in your team comes up, and the idea of the show, I guess I should explain in case you don't know what Family Feud is. The idea of the show is the people from the network go out and they poll 100 people on a kind of zany question. So they ask this zany question of 100 people, and then based on those survey answers, they go on Family Feud, and you as a contestant are trying to get the same answers that the survey got. So this woman comes on the show, and the question was name a popular Simpson. The Simpsons, the show that everybody in the world knows. And she said Marge. Survey said that, like, I think there's 5 answers, and there's only 5 Simpsons. So Marge was only worth, like, 6 points or something. Because no person anywhere, when asked, name a famous Simpson, says Marge first. But this woman said Marge. And then when it was only, like, 6 points or whatever, she goes, a woman can be famous. And I'm like, yeah, a woman can be famous. You're absolutely right, person on Family Feud. But the question you were asked was name a famous Simpson, and on that show, everybody's gonna... Homer was the number 1 answer, Bart was the number 2. Clearly, this was going to happen. Oh, I can wall jump back up, though. It's fine. We're fine. So yeah, she got, like, stuffy for a moment because she said Marge, and nobody else in the world would say Marge. Like, no, it's Homer. Why would you say Marge? The goal of the show is not to, like, promote girl power or whatever. The goal of Family Feud is to give the same answer that everybody else would give. That's how you earn the most points. It's how you make the most money. I think her teammate said Homer, which is the correct answer, and got a whole bunch of points. What was I supposed to do here? Oh, I need to hit that last block. I get it. So we need to get there first, and then hit this pizzazz switch. And key? Yeah, key. Nice. But yeah, she just had this bizarre moment of, like, indignance. Where, oh, but a woman can also be famous. Like, yeah, some women are famous. You're not. I don't know this woman's name or who she was, even though this ostensibly was Celebrity Family Feud, but she was not in any sense of the word a celebrity. Excuse you. Oh, this could be bad. That was bad. That was very bad. It was Celebrity Family Feud, so apparently it's someone that someone would know, but they can only get, like, the D-list celebrities because it's Family Feud. Like, you're not going to turn into Celebrity Family Feud and see Tom Hanks versus Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, you're not going to see Jennifer Lawrence up there saying, a woman can be famous. But I have to wonder, though, because Celebrity Family Feud, any celebrity game show, they're not playing for prizes. They're playing for exposure, really, because most of these celebrities, let's face it, I know that some of these people have fans, but they're kind of washed up celebrities, or at the very least, they're kind of quirky, kind of off-the-wall celebrities. They're not the A-listers. They're not the people in the blockbuster. They're not in a James Cameron film this summer. You know what I mean? I've seen Penn and Teller on these kind of shows. I've seen Weird Al Yankovic on these kind of shows. Once in a while, you do get a big-name celebrity who will appear, but it's usually a kind of quirky celebrity personality who wants the reputation of, hey, I was not too cool for Family Feud. You know what I mean? So you end up with celebrities like I won an Olympic medal in 1997 or something. They weren't even having Olympics in 97, Brickroad. What are you talking about? 1996 they were having Olympics, but not 97. But that's pretty much what we're doing. We have like the D-list celebrities, and either they'll have their entire... Actually, one of the kids from Stranger Things was on recently. I'm going to get a spiky helmet and have to go down that way is what I'm going to do. So yes, she's a celebrity that she is promoting some charity that she's going to give her winnings to some charity. If the celebrity wins, they don't actually keep the money. They're celebrities. They don't need the money. They're doing it for exposure. So I have to think, like, okay, this is just... She's kind of a girl power celebrity. Like, that's kind of her shtick. So she went with the Marge Simpson answer, knowing that it wasn't going to actually win the game, but with the hope that her small fan base will appreciate the answer that she gave. I have to imagine that all of the celebrities on this show are doing something similar. They're trying to... In some cases, they're trying to rebuild a failed career. In some cases... Yeah, now that I know what we're firing out of here... Come on. That's what I want to do. That's what I want with my life. Thank you very much. And we're moving on. We got a checkpoint now. Excellent. But yeah, one of the kids from Stranger Things was on the Celebrity Family Feud. I mentioned Penn and Teller because I've seen Penn and Teller on one of these celebrity game shows on a show called Fear Factor. That's not on anymore. It was Joe Rogan's show. I need that. We have to run through here. Run through here! Thank you. The idea of the show is you got to do like crazy stunts that no normal person would do. Penn and Teller are not normal people. That's one of the reasons they went on the show, because like they can do this crazy stuff. Like one of the things, you got to eat this hissing cockroach, and then some people are like, ah, hissing cockroach, ah. But Penn and Teller, they're like, hissing cockroach, whatever. So I remember this particular episode of Fear Factor. They were already out of the competition, or they had already won the competition, or whatever. They didn't have to eat the cockroach. But then Teller just reached over and grabbed one and ate it. And like, oh, so he's just going to do it anyway. It doesn't matter to him. We must almost be done with this kind of Metroidvania-y level, too. I hope I don't need that anymore. Oh, if this was 3D World, I could get up on top of there. Oh, there must be a quick way up on top of there, because they put 10 coins there. Hey, I got 100 coins in this level, though. I think we might break our 250 that we're looking for just inside of levels. Yeah, go ahead. Maybe do a boss fight. That's fine. Oh, I can't hit you from there, though. Yikes. What's he doing? Oh, I forgot he could do that. Here come the hammers. He can't move and throw hammers, though. He jumped back. This guy doesn't play fair. Oh, I lost all my coins now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to take you up on that, Loogie. We lost way too many coins. So what we're going to do is, first of all, should I try to get these... You know, 10 coins is not worth it. Here's what we're going to do. Loogie's going to help us. Loogie's going to be a total bro. Baby Bowser wants to cheat. I want to cheat. There you go. Enjoy that. Thought we were going to get a spring in one of those, perhaps, but we did not. Oh, wait a minute. Was there a spikety shell here I was supposed to get? Maybe not. Maybe that wall jump is all we needed to do. Because that little platform looked like a pedestal or something. That we were like supposed to get a shellmet off of that, and I accidentally destroyed it with my star. Surely not in a Nintendo-made level. They wouldn't have a soft lock like that. Like, they would account for, hey, we gave the player the ability to grab a star. I kind of wish they gave you that Luigi help just in endless mode. Like, that would ruin a lot of people's levels, but I think that would also be a good option for people who can't play a lot of those super hardcore and like Kaizo-style levels. Because, well, first of all, it wouldn't help actually complete most levels. It would just break them. And then I think the kind of players who enjoy those levels would just not use the feature. Maybe pop Luigi up if you die twice. Getting a lot of coins on this level. This is good. That... Did he just say yay at me? Did he just say yay? Ugh. Alright, let's do it again. I like levels like this. I like the star runs. I realize a lot of people don't. They are kind of gimmicky. But I've always enjoyed star runs. Or similar kind of... I guess we are getting coins, though, doing this. So what do we need to do to avoid that horrible death? Luigi, you can't help me. Luigi, you can't...
Oh, yeah.
I know, but you can't. I'm sorry. There was no helping me there, Luigi. There was nothing you could have done. There's no saving me from myself, is the problem. And I guess we probably still have a couple of princess levels to do as well. Oh, I need to run off there to get 10 more coins. Oh well. There we go. Just gotta get over it. Beautiful. I don't think I got the 2 hundo, though. I don't think we did. We need 60 more coins. Alright, let's do the princess levels. We can get 60 coins in these Princess Peach levels. That'll be fantastic. March of the Rookie Toads. I gotta get 10 toads in store. This is a level style you can't put in the game yet. However, we did get our first, like... It's not really a content update, but... Oh, the toads are dying. I see what I gotta do here. I mean... Oh, they didn't die. They're back. Okay, okay. So we need to go down the middle here. We can't let that plant do its thing with us. I guess we'll just do that. If we get to this... If we finish this level and there's no more princess levels to get coins in, we can just do that star run level over and over until we get what we need. So they did add the first, like... It's not a content patch, but it's like a mode update to the game. When the game launched, they had a... Ah, damn it. They had a limit of how many levels you could upload. You could only upload 32 levels. And you know what's going to help here, actually, is this. It's going to help a lot. So now I can kill the Gambos like this. It's alright, I got you, fam. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're still in this. But they updated the limit, how many levels you're allowed to have. I think to 64, which is a lot of levels. I think very few people in Mario Maker 1 ever put up 64 levels. And unless they were just putting up, like, endless amounts of garbage. But the number of levels you were allowed to upload in Mario Maker 1 was determined by how many likes your levels got. So if you're just putting up, like, tons and tons and tons of garbage, chances are excellent that you're not getting enough likes, and you would have hit the cap anyway. We only lost one toad to that hammer bro. Who, ironically enough, was not a bro. So that suggests, at least at first, like, we are going to see updates to the game. They are going to be adding stuff. We almost got our 60 coins that we needed from right there. So that's a good sign. 64 levels. I was never going to reach the 32, to be honest. 8 more coins. Do we have another Peach level? No, that was it. That was the last level. So all we need to do, 20 pages of levels. I want to do that star run again, because that was fun. What? The green flags? The green flags were NPCs, I guess. Oh no, the green flags will be levels that I completed with Luigi help, I'll bet. Yeah, because I used Luigi help for both of those Peach levels at the end. Okay, what was the... You know what? I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to push L, 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 up, down, and I'm just going to push a bunch of buttons. And this level here is what we're going to do. Did I just pick a no-jump level? Did I actually just pick a no-jump level to replay to get these 8? I did, didn't I? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's this stage. This stage wasn't that bad. This was okay. I think we did this first try. It was not terrible. We just need 8 coins. What I should do is I should have a sabotaged Switch controller that just literally does not even have... Oh, we gotta do this trick again, though. A jump button. Like, the jump button just doesn't work. Like, isn't mapped to anything. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get this 10 spot. That's the 10 spot that's gonna get us home. I keep going way too late. Right there. No, that was too early. I'm trying to mark, like, the little brown nuggins inside of the conveyor belt. Going at about the 3rd one is where I've been trying to go. See, that was... I pushed up at the 3rd one, but then I still had to release the button. So... Try a little earlier than that. 2nd Nuggin. Perfect. 2nd Nuggin. You guys... You gotta do the 2nd Nuggin. You know what I mean? If you're not doing the 2nd Nuggin... You're not living your best life. Well, I still get to keep the 11 coins. I still get to keep the 11 coins. There are going to be people who watch this video, but don't watch all of it, you know what I mean? Like, they only watch, like, maybe the first 30 or 40 minutes, because it's pretty long. This is the longest Mario Maker video that I've done so far. But there are going to be people who are like, why did he call this video 2nd Nuggin? But you and I, viewer, if you stuck around to the very end with me, you know why this video is called 2nd Nuggin. It's like a little in-joke that we both get to share. And the non-believers that pieced out of the video too early will never understand. They will never understand the glory and the majesty of 2nd Nuggin. I'm glad that I get to share little things like that with you sometimes. So you get to go up. We'll hit you again. Kabooyah. No, I don't want it! I got it anyway. I didn't need it. So now... So we need to go over here first. Hit this. That's right, we throw the POW block into the claw, and then we're done with this level. All we needed was 8 coins. We probably could have literally done the very first ever level. Would have been fine. Like, the very first story level probably has 8 coins in it. But no, we had to do, like, the 85th story level, or whatever this is. I get one more shot at this, though. Perfect. I got 10 times the number of coins I needed, guys. 10 times the number of coins I needed. Almost 11 times. Alright, let's go finish building Toadette's thing. And enjoy the majesty of her construction. Toadette, build it, build it, build it. Yes, please. Okay. A hammer! That's what it was missing, was a hammer. Wait, how does she still have more stuff to make? There's no more levels. I don't know what she could possibly have left to make. And there's no more time in this video. There's no more time for Mario Maker today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in whatever the next video is. Where I can go from here, I don't know. Grinding for coins, I guess?